Hello everyone, I hope you guys are well. My name's Eva. Thank you for joining me here. Today we're going to do a nice little healing for reconnecting to the self. Things have been really intense, really wild. You might have had feelings of going backward, or you're like really revisiting things that feel like it feels like disconnection from who you believe you are now, in a way that's sort of like showing you a past, like there's a filter of the past on everything. It feels like interference, but I think it's really important for us. If you're new here, my whole thing is really seeing powerfully that there is nothing outside of the self. We all share one life in the field. The field is a shared mind, and everything in the world of dreams, in illusion, is a projection from the choice to believe that we are separate. So we don't really talk about oppositional forces in any kind of way that would proclaim their reality and then try to backtrack and fix it from within an oppositional narrative. But we do live in the world, and it might look like it's interference coming from other people. Other is not a concept that exists, and we're here to be still and listen to the truth of the one life that we have never left. And the more that we can open and rest in the awareness and the presence of that truth, the easier it is when these things that feel like interference, when it feels like maybe there is some kind of sort of global reset that's being kind of, it feels like it's being thrown up like in between where, like, your present evolution and this idea of the past that we still hold. It's very gross and it's very disorienting, but it is a mechanism of the ego, and we made the ego, so we can unmake this. Nothing is beyond the power of our holiness. And so we don't want to get defeatist, we don't want to lose hope, we don't want to lose confidence, we don't want to lose certainty in ourself and in the power of God that is in us. It does get really easy to do that when things feel overwhelming and the situations in our physical lives feel just like really difficult to handle, you know? We don't want to, try to say that that doesn't feel real to us. It absolutely does. But we don't want to lose sight, if we are talking about the healing, of what healing really is and where it really comes from and what that really means. And so we want to transcend ideas of duality to be in the awareness and the presence in and of the true self, the eternal self, life itself. And so we intend to do that now together here, taking nice deep breaths. I'm already feeling incredibly warm. So you could also be feeling like there's a lot coming to the surface now. Feeling safe to let that go, let that move. Sort of calling in this energy of a blue ray that can feel like a water, like a deep cleansing, cooling water, a lot of relief. Bringing that from within us. Notice that coming from within the center of your own being. It's not coming from elsewhere. It's coming from the center of your own being. We call this up from within ourselves as a representation for us to ease the visual aid, yes, to ease this representation in our imagination, because that's how we are projecting things here. But we intend to deepen our trust and deepen the awareness of our connection with God, with Source, with Creator, because it's not broken. That connection is not broken. We are not really separate. That's an impossible state. So we strengthen the awareness and our ability to hold that awareness. There is nothing that could keep us from this awareness except our own choice. It might look like there are lots of things that are keeping us from it from without ourselves, but that's why the most powerful thing we can do is to remember that there is nothing outside of ourselves. That sort of naturally begins to correct our mind, and all correction flows from. Kanandoro kunayit itiata unyan datanjataya sunyandisa taya tokorro iti shinindo aoshikana himayana worrokudia sunsukuno shiniti nima toshongor kuanyandaita hamya toshonyondo sitsindi shikiata inyandait kia worrokinam natritis nyandaishi kayata worrokuna. Kinanor inyam natritis yun chitri kayasiti atoyo morrokoti sinishanatit hinatinanda orrokunata yesyun chotro aiti anyam nai hinyanda orruishia tayatyoto korrukinandra yesyun chikirita yatyoto satsaya shikia sansayas. So we invite that spiritual essence, the soul, to come forth from within the center of all being, to strengthen it in our awareness, to strengthen its reality to us, yes? Now the world of dreams seems like our reality, but we replace that with the essence of the true being. We replace that with the essence of the soul. In our awareness, in our choice of mind. Hinatunyanda isna tro ratinyanda kanyanda oshikara korrokona yanyoro. Himyanda inyanda ikaya shunyanda tayasansa kinyandi. Hima worrokuayo shunyanda yesot sorrokona shitra yano. Kia yator kunandriti singita woshiti atakunyam natra hinyama wasum sati shokorukunandro tayanyanda oro hiatushomoto kandato aoshi tamniatas nandraya hinyandaya shinindria tor kutisian sutruit kinyanda tinyama oshi kanandaya tusnotro atuyama oruto yonoto yonokonati. Hanyandaya shita kunyandai nyam natro kor kunandrit hinyamayon chikinyanda tia sunso ashakaya sunsoto yashinyanda isyanda ishikaya sunyamayoto yoshunyandaya sayasi hinato yonima orro kanandra isyatash. It's about harmonization and neutralization, bringing things into harmony, bringing it into resonance with the vibration of the soul, such that anything the ego seems to throw at you from within your own mind and your own thoughts and your own body, or what looks to be coming from without yourself, is brought into this harmonization, into this dance, into this song. From your response, I posted a trance meditation a few days ago that came through with that message strongly, to sort of break the response patterns of the past. It came through as like from what was learned in childhood and a wounded inner child, but you can use that in any context. All aspects of the past. Hinando orrokuninte dishini tanandro orrokuti payashinyan da kinyato orrokunit himaya sunsoto iti shikaya sunsoto ashinyam na orrokunata himaya shinyan da titata korrot. So if you do feel like you are interfacing again with aspects of the past or relationships from the past or patterns of the past, could be the actual people themselves or something you're witnessing a pattern in with what looks like a new person, that you don't so quickly go into reacting from the past, but responding with your soul, with love. to yourself, most importantly. We're not going to prioritize or hierarchy the way that you react to other people over the self. It is to see that that's the same. The way you respond to others is the way you respond to yourself. So if you're beating yourself up or being negative to yourself or negating yourself or thinking to yourself, oh, the way I'm treating other people is more important than the way that I treat myself, you're still losing sight of the equality of the personhood. It must include yourself. This loving response. It has to start from yourself. And as always, and all that we are doing is to remind ourselves of what the self really is. It's not this idea of a separate being in this body. It's not this ego identity of Eva, or whatever your name is, right? Or whatever other people's egos are. We make up other people's egos, right? We don't perceive from inside of other people. We're never going to know what's really going on in there. Kinandor kunandisan sa kanan jakor kutitata kana tinyan dataish Sanzandraya chor kunandi kunum orrukuiti sitsiorruti shinyandai. Kinyanda worroshindi kanasin sakarati shikiatayayayaya tu. Humorro kunyandra woshnindiri kanandua worrukunambatri. Hinyanda shunso korrukunandraya sun soshikarato sumyan. Hinyandai sinsotroe shinya. Himorroshi karayiti nyumorrotoyon. Himayana torrukudayatin. Hinyamarutushti karat orrukunan. Himyanda woshitaya sunso rota. Hinyanda sunso korrukuta I. Himya orrotoyonoto a orrot. Hinyanda shunyandokata U. Imyandi iti syuto rakati sanatiata. Let it be rewoven. Let it be brought into harmonization. Let it be attuned to the soul. Let the past be gone. Let it be undone. Remember your choice to see things differently. Forgive the self. Tior kunandria tiamor kushikiniam datinyan dishini kanya. Kinyator kutia pushti tratis nandria toshi kinyandi. Hinyandayisia shidaya kunor toyo moto yasansakash sawosi sinishinyan sawosi. Letting that life flow through you, just taking some moments to feel that essence of your life. Not what you think your life is by the way of acting out like a play in our bodies, but the essence of life itself. Allow yourself to feel that life as yourself. Remember, you are alive. Remember that gift is eternally given. Remember the power of your mind, and remember the power of the effects of your choice in this world. Take as much time as you need to respond to things. We know this. We live in a world where everybody's got the cell phone in the hand, and so that means everybody's beholden to responding to people immediately, right? Even if you're face to face with people, if you feel like you need to take a couple deep breaths and respond, we have lost the power of the pause. It's okay to take some deep breaths. It's okay to ask your inner being, what is the most enlightened way to respond? What is the way of responding that is in the highest alignment and attunement with my soul being? How do I respond to this in love? Because love will never ask for your own sacrifice, and it will never ask you to negate yourself. And sometimes when we think we're responding in love, all of a sudden we're self-sacrificing and negating ourselves for the sake of other people's egos. And so that's a level of discernment that we need to remind ourselves of when we are taking pause. and when we're deciding to how we respond. So really allowing this embodiment of this essence, this soul essence, the emergence of the soul from within the being, allowing that to guide our responses, allowing us to be confident to pause, practicing feeling that life within us. Amen. Thank you all for joining me here. If you are a fan of the light language and a fan of the trance meditations or the sound healing, I just opened up this subscription for all the new trance meditations that will come out, as well as the archive of, there's almost 40 of them from throughout the years that you'll have access to. And that's on my website, and all the links are below. And there's also a lot of trance meditations, or there's a few trance meditations on this YouTube channel that you can check out if you don't know what I'm talking about. I'll link the playlist when I post this video. One-on-one sessions are open, very powerful time to do the work, lots of solar activity, lots of hooking up with the sun and with the center of the earth and the soul embodiment of the earth right now. Very, very powerful work. I would love to meet you and see you there. You can check out everything on my website. Thank you again. God bless you, and I will see you soon.